Before we get into the video, I just want to say sorry for the background noise. Currently outside, I was saying, need some fresh air after this crazy ass fucking UFC card we just watched. I mean, Volkanovski just got KO'd in the first round, head kick by Islam Makhachev with some follow-up ground and pound. But man, and yeah, I don't want to hear, like, I'm already seeing, people saying, oh, well, it was short notice. Like, I don't want to hear any of that shit. That shit sure matters, but like, come on. Like, it was a risk that Volk and Islam were both willing to take. I don't want to hear no shit where these delusional Volk fanboys, well, this was his only shot, so he had to take this news on short notice. But shit doesn't matter. Come on. Like, stop making excuses for this guy. Like, this dude's not even making excuses for himself. And you guys are already making excuses for him. Like, shit's not cool. Give Islam his props. Stop trying to make excuses for Volk, because he wouldn't have that shit either. I mean, in my opinion, you can make Islam pound for pound #1 right now. You beat Charles. You beat Volkanovski in the first fight, 49-46, and you TKO him in the first round with a head kick. When have you seen Volkanovski ever gone out? Never in the UFC. Shit left my jaw just like hanging out. Pause. You can put this dude #1 pound for pound above Jones, and I wouldn't mind. So we're gonna go main. We're gonna start from the main card, then to the other fights. So Islam Makhachev defeats Alexander Volkanovski in the first round due to a head kick, and then following it up with a ground and pound, basically putting Volk out cold. That's what it looked like. I thought this dude Islam sent Volk to the Shadowrealm with a ground and pound. He might have not. I really don't know. But yeah, impressive. I mean, knocking out Volk. I don't care if it's on short notice, if it's on fucking 2 days. If you're knocking out Volk, that's impressive. He did it with a head kick. Like, there's no fluke in that. Like, there was nothing in that fight where it indicated that Volk lost because of a short notice. He got caught. That's it. A perfect head kick right to the side of Volk's head. He got hurt. Then he got finished with ground and pound. And as I said in the beginning, I don't want to hear any excuses for Volk, because if Volk would have won, you guys would be on Islam's ass. And to be honest, I don't really see a lot of people shitting on Volk right now. I mean, they shouldn't. He did take the fight on short notice. I get that. But stop making excuses for him. I think in another video, I'm going to talk about like what's I'm going to do right now. So Volkanovski just said he wants to fight Topuria in January. I mean, why is Alex trying to do all this shit? I get it. He's getting on the older side. But bro, take some time off. You are not going to be the same after getting KO'd by a head kick. You are not going to be the same. Then you want to go and fight Ilia Topuria in 3 months. That dude's a killer. Volk, take some time off. But see, I don't think I can say that, because he is getting, the more time he takes off, he's just going to get older. But I mean, instead of 3 months to get ready for a fight, dude, bro, just like do 4 or 5 months. And don't make Max versus Ilia Topuria for #1 contender. We don't need to see that, because if Max wins, then Bree's gonna get 4th fight. I already talked about all this in my previous video. You guys can go check that out. Islam, you're gonna have to fight Gaethje. You're gonna have to fight Gaethje. I know he's been talking about going up to 170, fighting Leon or Kobe. When's that? But bro, you're proving yourself to be one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, but you still got defenses to go. And the next title defense is gonna be Gaethje. Charles, he got his shot the first time. He blew it. He got a shot the second time. He blew it by getting a cut. Literally like 12 days out from the fight. Give Gaethje a shot. The dude just KO'd Poirier. Beat Fiziev, an up-and-comer. He proved that he belongs at the top while defending his rank. So yeah, Gaethje gets the next shot. And that's the fight I want to see next. Islam versus Gaethje. Bro, Volk, just take like 4 months off. Don't go back to fight Topuria in January. Is way too short of a span of time. After a KO like that, you're just not gonna be the same. You're just not. And again, bro, I like Volk. I don't hate this dude, but as I said before, this was one of the dumbest career decision making I've ever seen in the UFC. But anyway, yeah, congrats on Islam. What I want to see, Islam versus Gaethje, make that next year. That's the next fight. That's the next fight that has to happen. So in the co-main event, Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev. Before I even get into this, yo, I am highly disappointed in Khamzat Chimaev. Highly disappointed. I was saying this dude could be double champ, and have GOAT potential. But after what I just watched, this dude's like a first round fighter basically. In the first round, he goes all out. He goes all out trying to get the finish, getting in your back, taking you down, and that's what he did to Kamaru Usman. But he didn't finish him. That was the problem. Kamaru Usman, he showed how good he is. I mean, you can say what about Kamaru Usman? You can call him washed. after the Leon Edwards fight, but you can't really call him washed anymore. I mean, he showed that he can hang with a young, hungry killer, Hamza Chimaev. And it was because Hamza gassed out in the second and third round. Man, I had high expectations for Hamza Chimaev. High expectations. Could I still see him being champion? Of course. This dude can definitely become champion. But I was talking about this dude like him becoming double champion, like having that GOAT potential. And sure, he had a close fight with Kamaru Usman, who was a previous champion and who had that aura of being like nobody could beat him. But again, this is the older Kamaru Usman coming on short notice. I expected Hamza to finish him in the first round. He was close on multiple occasions with the rear naked choke, but I thoroughly believe that Hamza would have finished him in the first round. Let's talk about Usman. Man, even on short notice, this dude still got it. Usman is a dog. I mean, in the first round, you're not going to win a first round against Hamza Chimaev. You're just not. I believe that. In the first round, Hamza Chimaev, that dude's either going to 10-8 you or finish you in the first round. But Usman survived. In his second or third round, he basically took over. In the corner, Trevor Whitman was telling Usman to trust in himself, trust in his hands. And that's what he did. He started landing on Hamza Chimaev. Those signature Trevor Whitman jab was landing on Chimaev every time Usman threw a jab. And then they kind of got like in a firefight at the last like 10 seconds of the fight. But ultimately, Hamza Chimaev gets the win. To be honest, I thought it was going to be a draw because I did feel like Hamza 10-8'd in the first round. Then Usman won in the second and third. But I'm not mad at it. If both of these, if the decision went one way or another, I wouldn't have been mad at it. But for me, it was a draw. Hamza gets the decision, and for me, a very disappointing way. Very disappointing way. I mean, you could say he got fraud checked. I mean, you really can. I mean, if your expectations were that high on him, you like how mine were, you would definitely say he got fraud checked. I mean, I guess he's gonna fight Sean Strickland next. That was like the main headline about this fight. Winner gets Sean Strickland. I expected so much more of Hamza, a lot more. Now in the featured fight in the main card, Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. I mean, this fight ended in doctor stoppage, as it says right there. Johnny Walker couldn't continue. Magomed Ankalaev landed a illegal knee on literally on Johnny Walker's chin when he was a grounded opponent. The doctor kept on asking Johnny Walker questions, but DC or somebody from commentary said they asked him like if he remembers where he's at right now, and Johnny Walker couldn't answer, so that's why they stopped the fight. When I was watching this in real time, I was like, yo, why are they stopping this fight? And then all this shit happened where the security got in the cage. That dude Dana White got in the cage. He was pissed. But man, I feel bad for both of them. I feel very bad for both of them. Ankalaev just got out of a draw like last year in December. Johnny Walker, he's on a win streak right now, but then it ends in a no contest because of a illegal knee that Ankalaev threw, right like square on his chin. By the way, I like to see the UFC run his back. But yeah, I feel really bad for both of them. Then we got Ikram Maleskera versus Warley Alves. I mean, first round KO. I picked Alves to win, but obviously that didn't happen. He was actually the favorite too. Okay, but Ikram showed out why. I thought this dude was like not good at all. I'm being honest, but he showed like. Yeah, this dude has some skills. Can't really say nothing about it because it did end in like the first 2 minutes. Good combos, landing a flush flying knee on Warley Alves' chin, then just teeing off on him, and then Warley Alves crumbled down on the ground, and then Ikram got the win. Good win from Ikram. And Said Nurmagomedov, yeah, basically what I expected, first round finish. This dude is making a lot of people shoot in on him. Then he's getting that guillotine, kind of like high elbow guillotine choke. That's like one of his best moves right there because he's such a good striker. And he's going to have a lot of people shooting in on him. So every time they do that, he's just gonna high elbow guillotine them. Really a good one for Said. I mean, very expected win. Good one for Said. Tim Elliott versus Muhammad Mokaev. I mean, this dude Muhammad Mokaev just finds a way to lose the fight, and then at the end of the fight, find a way to win. That's literally every one of Muhammad's wins in the UFC. He's losing the fight or having a close fight, barely scrapes it out in the last round. What I will say is, to submit Tim Elliott, that's very impressive. I'm pretty sure Tim Elliott was like 2 rounds up on Muhammad Mokaev, and then Mokaev finished him in the 3rd round with the arm triangle. It was very impressive. Yeah, so Tim Elliott was officially up 2 rounds on Muhammad Mokaev, and man, I was pretty confident Elliott was gonna fraud check him. Elliott did look good in the first 2 rounds, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is going my way. Like I knew this would happen. But then in classic Muhammad Mokaev's fashion, he finds a way to end it in the final round after losing the first 2 rounds. Now we're gonna continue to see people call him the future of flyweight division, a potential killer. Like, this guy's not a killer, man. Can we stop pretending that he is? Like, in every fight of his, he's getting dominated, and then he just finds a way to win the fight with a submission. That's really all his wins. Good win from Muhammad Makayev. Very good submission on Tim Elliott too. Tim Elliott's not easy to submit. Very good on the ground. I will say that's very impressive. I'm not gonna really talk about the rest of the prelims because they were pretty. I mean, like every time UFC goes to Abu Dhabi, the prelims are just horrible. I don't know why. UFC 280, that shit was ass. The first Abu Dhabi card was great fights, all great fights, but 280 and then this one, the prelims, like there's like a Abu Dhabi prelim curse or something, where all the fights are just boring, except the Tim Elliott Muhammad Makayev one. This was a fun fight. Same with Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood, he showed up, while Muhammad was landing like illegal shots to the nuts and grabbing the cage at some points. Sure, Muhammad won the fight, but Nathaniel, he's definitely the better fighter. Then we're not even talking about this shit. Oh my god. Shadowrealm Magomedov, he showed. I think this is a mistake. Okay, Bruno Silva did not win. I'm tripping. I don't know why it says right there. Shadowrealm won. He was nice kicks. He does have nice kicks. Very good leg kicks, especially his lead side. Like if you're doing that much damage to somebody's leg with your lead leg kick, that's very good. But he did show like he has an area that he's weak in. That is a takedown defense. Good win, but I'm not really that impressed except with his kicks. Man, as I was saying, prelim Abu Dhabi cards are always just gonna be so bad. Like the 281, that was very disappointing. This one was also disappointing. Top 3 fights were the only fights I really cared about on this whole UFC 294 card. One of them was a no contest, so I was really mad. The top 2, great. So I give this card like a good 7.5 out of 10. Really, the top 2 fights saved it. Now I'm officially 3-0 in main event picks. So guys, tell me what you guys think about the card. What are your thoughts on Islam Makhachev knocking out Alexander Volkanovski, Hamza Chimaev potentially being fraud checked by Kamaru Usman? Yeah, guys, let me know. And I'm going to be making more videos. I'm going to be making another video about Hamza Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman in the future of this division. So, yeah, guys, let me know. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.